All right. Hello. Good morning. Straight into the emotes. Hey, Maori Lizard. First in. Hey, Nick. Cyber plays. Hey, Free Fly Skydiver as well. What up, Paul, Venus, Nick, Lolly? Hmm. It's probably just gonna develop in castle. Brings the knight back. Interesting. So if we take and go knight c4, we're almost winning the pawn. He has to go b5, but after b5, he's gonna go b4 next. So maybe it's not that good. Hmm. Take and play a5. If he takes with the knight, we could play e4. Yeah, he takes with the king. Do a5. I think a better move than a5 might have been c4. My knights are ready to recapture, but I don't know for sure. a5 is easier. Takes 95. King there, takes, bishop back. We're not really getting anything out of that. Still think I'll take back here. c4, we have b3 or that. c4, maybe we can even play e4 as well. Okay, definitely going to take this way to just imbalance the structure, so at least we're playing for something here. Okay. 94 we can take care of with that move. We might go knight g4, honestly. I do think I want a knight on d3 here. I'm gonna go here. Hard to say what the best plan is. Just be annoying, make a threat. If he defends, maybe we'll go rook down to a8. I could see that being bothersome. Okay, I like what's happened here. Stop knight e4. Knight g4, we can play h3. Okay, there we go. Close the door here. Yeah, very nice, very nice. We also have some nice breakfast, courtesy of Chef Jeff. I like that name. Bagel and egg, baby. A very nice start. Bagel and egg, a win. Can't ask for more. Puka, I definitely have had piri piri sauce. Wally, thanks for the 34 months. You're running into bras in the pool on chess.com. A fight to the death. As long as you're over 1500, Wally. Otherwise, I see just a bunch of subhumans fighting for status. Okay, rook g3 is hilarious. He just mated himself. I think Joswim is intentionally letting his time go close to 0 to give the other guy this impression that he could win. Make no mistake, Joswim's playing for a win here. Make no mistake. Obviously, you gotta take the draw eventually. Okay, next game. Tasmaniac, I think you're forgetting that Mr. Orientari's in this event. He's gunning for first place as well. So you have to remember, when the big dogs are away, like Magnus, Hickey, Ali Reza, guys like Aryan come out to play. Hello, Aiden. Always annoyed by this variation, to be honest. Just because knight d7 a6 is a little bit bothersome. I don't think we mind this. We take with the pawn. But we need a move here. Like, I want him to take, and he doesn't have to take next turn. But also keep the bishop and go bishop b4. I think I'm slowly realizing that's more and more of an option. Okay, how do I boot this knight out? Let's go here. Okay, I think we want to put this bishop there, rook there. He's got bishop f4. I have to play knight f6 there, I think. Knight on d3 is a pretty good piece, though, I can't lie. Queen here. And then bishop there. We could also start with bishop here, but kind of like this one. h6 would be useful. This pawn is very, very helpful on d6. We want rook b8. I don't know if that's actually helpful. Or just bishop b5. Go here. Gets this, maybe we could go knight e4. I do want to play h6. Bishop e5 will be a nice move. Just don't want him to play this. It's such an easy game. Knight b4. Let's take. This is nice because maybe we have a g5 move in the future, and you can't use any of these squares right now. Okay. I was going to say knight h5 is kind of an idea now. Bishop c4, I finally realized is a nice idea. Oh, that's a mouse slip. Not the best mouse slip there. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I wanted to go here. I mean, it wouldn't have been the greatest move we've ever played, but I think we could have still won. Rook c8, rook b8. It's not great. He has like 2 pawns against 1, and he has the bishop pair, so we're definitely worse, but there wasn't really a plan here. It was a good game, like, completely equalized, but we just had not a lot of time and not a lot of plans. Yeah, bishop c4 was what I pointed out later. Like, it took me a while of like shuffling and kind of thinking about the position to realize, but bishop c4 would have been a good move. Gets the queen out to b5, rook b3. Like, bishop c4 is a very strong idea. So I think we just realized a little bit too late. Sometimes you don't always have the time to come up with the best plan. At least I don't. So I'll like play a quick move and then try to use the time while he's thinking of his next move to really try to understand the position. And it took me about 2 or 3 quick moves before I realized bishop c4 was ideal there. But yeah, unfortunately the game comes down to this. Queen b4 is just a nasty slip. Rip Arian. Yeah, rook a2 hurts. Very uncomfortable position here. All pawns on light squares, all pawns on dark squares. I think h3 is the move. Good morning, Mr. Mandarin Monkey. Low buck 81. Bishop out early is interesting. Hey, thanks, Ken Glossian. 54 months and a tier 3 to boot. Thanks for the raid, Sam. Thought this would be mildly interesting to play. I haven't felt that at all so far. Doesn't strike me as a very good move. Huh. Left on Elm, thanks for the 33 months. Welcome back. Bishop b7 and out. I don't really think d4 is the answer. Takes 95. Maybe 95 we have like queen c3. Okay, I can get behind that. Bishop e7, I was thinking d5. Any tricks? Not really much to do here. We can go e5 and c4. I feel like I need to do something. Because he can't castle, so if I just let him play bishop e7 and short castle, I feel like I don't have any advantage at all. Rook d8, we have bishop b6 as well. So I can go here and then bishop b6, or I could just go straight there. This might be a better move first. Let's see. Yeah, because I don't want to undefend this just yet. Let's do this. If takes, yeah, I have bishop b6, but I also have this. Queen takes b7. I don't think he can take. So I'd rather not hang this pawn by going bishop here and then rook d1. Maybe he could take. I don't know. It still looks really good for me, but okay, I think he's lost here. This e5 c4 was definitely very smart. I don't really see how he stops this, to be honest with you. As I played it, I was like, wait. He just puts his king there. Can't be too upset with the position, but I just played without thinking. Yeah, this actually forks me now. Kept me out of this tournament. We can't play chess. Oh, this feels bad to do. D6 is such a... Like, I was only thinking of him castling. I can't explain it other than that. It's such an amateur move. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a draw. Oh, this was such a beautiful game. Just finding the right moment to do this in c4. And then, I don't know, there's no other way to explain it, just amateur move. Like, king d7 is very obvious, but in my head, he was always castling, so I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, I guess he's going to play king d7 anyway, so the position's perhaps not so easy, but it didn't really matter at this point because I had already like played a move that I didn't want to do and missed king d7, so I was in a bad headspace here. I mean, to be honest, king c6, I didn't see a way for me to keep the advantage. I almost thought I was lost here, by the way. I have to find rook d3 and then d7. And that's to barely equalize and maybe lose this position. Also draws like the worst result to get because you get this half point. I've talked about this in other Title Tuesdays. Literally the worst. You never want to have half a point in Title Tuesday. So, I don't know. Can't really play chess right now. Title Tuesday is the reason chat's in emote only. We're on such a big score right now. I gotta make sure to check my games. Hey, Dustin. Great to hear, man. I was gonna ask, would you send a photo of it? I'd like to use it in my next Holtzkern activation. If you'd be alright with that. Go, Dustin. It is a championship ring now that I think about it. Now I know why Dustin went for the ring. No, it doesn't have to be like... It doesn't have to be a whole model thing, Dustin. Just a picture of you receiving the ring, or the ring even just on your hand or something. Just so that, you know, when I tell the story of big team match with Holtzkern prizes, I'm like, you know, hey, we sent the prizes over to the winners. There you can see them. That's all. Doesn't have to be full Orientari lights, camera, action. Yeah, stock photo, Tari. Title Tuesday, man. Such a depressing tournament. Big Cheese, thanks for 2 years. Shaved Deer, 50 months. 27 from Sphinxy. Yeah, we're on the Techno Classics playlist right now, Baz, so I'm hoping there's a few that you enjoy here. We'll play H6 soon to deal with that. Obviously, he's not threatening it right now, but maybe after E4. But as I'm looking at it, E4 doesn't even threaten anything, so we don't have to be in a big rush. But H6 is a very useful move. I'm just always conscious of these spots. I never really want to play G6, so I like to play H6 early before Knight G5 becomes a threat. F5, G6, if the knight would go to G5, I'd have to play, and I don't really like those moves. Okay, it's funny. He does play this, but this is definitely not a threat. Okay, let's go here. He's obviously going to match it. I think we'll play B6. B6 is a, I wouldn't say risky move, but it's a move I have to be careful with because stuff like this. So he might go like bishop here, for example, and then if we play F6, there's queen there. So yeah, I just mean it's a move you have to play while acknowledging that this loose knight on C6 could actually cause some problems. So yeah, there we go. Which one do we want to do? Maybe queen d7 actually. Here I'm thinking might go there, and we have no interest in taking. Go queen g6. It's not that bad. Here, I'm just a little concerned about the move e5 coming. So I'll do this. Queen e6 and queen g6. So I think this is not that dangerous. Knight on c6. I'll have to deal with knight f5 when I go hunting for this pawn, but we'll just do it. Okay, I much rather see knight b5 than knight f5 rook g3, so I think I'm actually kind of happy with that. Might want to bring this bishop back. Go here first. Okay, I'm gonna do something strange. I'm gonna go here, but it's mainly because like that square has to be taken care of. Otherwise h6 would be way more normal. Let's actually go rook e6. Now I want to start threatening c6. Discard this now. Here there's that weird move, so I think I actually have to go here. Just push it. Oh, it's hanging. The time is killing me. Again, a really nice game, and again, just no ability. I mean, a3 is just, we needed to make a move. Made a bad one. Yeah, today's a wash, I can already tell. I really can't play. No ability in chess right now. Sometimes you're playing bad moves, but you know you're capable of better. Right now I'm playing bad moves, and I don't feel I'm capable of better. Not at the moment. Because now there's rook d5. Wow. F2. Vernov's gonna find a way to win? It's insane, man. It really is. Madness. Madness. Against Mulligan. That's so impressive. Yeah, you win in those spots. Go Anna. Well, go Valentina. How are we feeling? We're feeling good. We're playing terribly. I think there's a break right now. Yep. Okay, that's round 4. Terrible start. Terrible start. I'll be back in 5. Okay. Oh, the timing was good. Wow. The timing was good. Just losing over and over. I mean, we've only lost one game, but it really feels like just such an unacceptable amount. Really bad move, I think. Bishop back. Like, he doesn't have f4 happening. I think he's in big trouble. Back here. Here we have knight b3, maybe. This should be quite good. I mean, we have very fast counterplay. Not even counterplay. White's the one looking for a counterplay. I'll just take it. Jeez. What? We're currently up 2 pieces, so not that concerned. Here. Like I've just played like half the game down a piece. Always fascinating to me that people are interested in having that happen to them. Me personally, I would resign. Even if I, like, I mean, you look like an idiot playing on and then resigning later. You look like a bigger idiot there, in my opinion. Couldn't be me. Couldn't possibly be me. Have I ever done something like that over the board? I have. I have. You don't get many opportunities like this. The only time I've done something similar over the board was an opponent who refused to resign for some reason. But over the board, it's like more insane. Online, it's like someone can disconnect, flag, stalemate. But over the board, for someone to have like, I don't know, just like 6 extra pawns, an extra queen, extra rook, and you're there like moving your king, writing down on the score sheet, hitting your clock, moving the like score sheet clock, like to go through that routine over the board, you're a special kind of someone. So I just did some checkmate where I promoted everything to a different piece, and I just lined them all up like this. And you had king on h8, and I played queen g7 mate at some point. I can't remember if they were all queens. Maybe they were. It was like all queens, king, queen g7, and king h8 mate. But I only did something like that once. Because you just don't have the opportunity. Like, who is gonna keep playing on until checkmate over the board? That's why I said I can't remember if they were all queens, mama. Is because I think I might have promoted to whatever pieces were available. Hey, Felix. Creamy Elite Sauce, thanks for the 88 months. Hmm. B6. Hmm. I feel like I'm just playing someone's prep. Or the position is just that easy. That could be the case as well. Thanks for the 16 months, Enzo. Could also take and go knight d5. But queen g6 looked uncomfortable. think we want a position where he takes and we go bishop d5. Play b4 next. Can't really move the c pawn, so it's not that easy for him. Now bishop b5, like I said. Knight d3 looks very risky. I don't think it works. We have b4 coming. I suppose we do it. It's fortunate, but just need to allow it. His knights don't have great squares. It's rook a3 and rook b4. Now the knight's trapped. Once we got bishop takes d5, then I felt pretty good here. He should have played knight b3 though. At many points, knight b3 was almost the only move to take it. But still, it's uncomfortable. This bishop covers a8 and e8. It's a very strong piece. Oof, a rough event. More Pranav spectating. Yes, go Pranav. Great draw. Yeah, the knight didn't have anywhere to go at the very end. Oh, Dominguez on YouTube. Pretty tough to attempt to win that. You start to worry that if you lose a pawn, then you lose everything. Could lose the game. Oh. Oh, man. Oof. That check would have done it. Oh, just gives up the pawn. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. It did Davidus. Yes, that's correct. Okay. This position, when you play with the black pieces, has this like feeling about it that it's okay, it's gonna be all right. But that's mostly because you're playing with the black pieces. When I'm playing this with white, it's like, wow, this feels brutal. Hey, Harashiva. This A3 move is useful though. Maybe bishop d2 c3 would have been better. I think that might have been the play. No, we want a long castle, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling he might go full aggressive. Doesn't look that trustworthy, but we have to take? Didn't have a move against e5. Not sure. I guess maybe f3 was a good move. Needed a move in about a second there and couldn't produce one. Shame. It was a pretty nice game. I don't think there's any reason to keep playing. h3's lost. Yeah. I'll play a couple more moves. Yeah. This, and then maybe takes and bishop f4. I only need really about a couple more seconds to process, but definitely b5 is a little ambitious. I think we played the best line, queen f3. I miss c6 to be honest with you. But this position is pretty good. I think g4 is again the best move. g5 is again the only move. And then I don't love this d4 move, but what I thought was that I'll just like kind of occupy the dark squares. But this bishop showing up to e4 was a little unpleasant. I should have played g6 and then bishop f4. Yeah, bishop d4 after h4 doesn't really do much. Moves the rook, and then I don't really know what my next plan is there, unfortunately. Bob 2004. What a username. At least I got rid of the half point. How did I get rid of the half point? When you lose, you lose a half point? Is that what you mean? You think I should be deducted a point? I'm playing point deduction worthy chess right now. So you have a good point there. Oops. Shuffling the wrong way there. Knight d5. Big mistake. Ouch. And when people win positions like this, I'm always like so impressed. That's crazy. The most greedy move. not even remotely considering the moves he's planning. Knight d5 there, it's like, okay, we're not resigning, but we're basically losing. This is a very rough event here. Wow. b4. Okay. Missed that move. Just keep going. b5, queen b5. c3 is loose there. Didn't really see that, to be honest. That looks like a mistake with c3 hanging. It's bishop e4. So maybe we should play rook d8 here and just win one of these pieces instead. Yes, bishop e4 there. Somehow he's going to make it out of this. Uh... everything. I did all that just to blunder the damn rook. All that work. This is crazy. Squeezing life out of a dead position, and then, yeah, right when we win, we blunder rook. Very typical, very classic. Very classic. Hello to Czech Manarov. Yeah, that was a good struggle, and then such a classic choke at the end. Allowing the fork. Ugh. Oh, that's round 8, isn't it? Platinum, thanks for the 500 bits. Thank you, Bandeezy. We're on a very, very weak score right now. 5.5 out of 8. It's a weak score because we've just, like, we've done absolutely nothing. It's been a very poor event. It's one of those ones where if I was playing well and happy with my play, I would maybe have the same score or less, and it would also be a situation where I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm having a good tournament. No, score says different. And then you'll have ones where the score is okay, but you know you're playing terribly. This is one of those. Very bad events. Well then I gotta take a nap then, shaved deer. That's the only hope for me. Alright, I'm taking a short break. Back in 5. For the last 3 rounds of this brutal, brutal morning event. I knew that Magnus and Ikara weren't playing Title Tuesday, obviously, but I didn't realize they were playing each other. That's fun. Takes queen e7. Little queen trade. And long castle. I mean, I'm up a pawn, so I don't see why not. Something goes to e4, we can play f5 as well. I think he'll castle. I don't know what else to do. Like, none of those moves look right. The knights look very strange, but this guy on g7 actually doesn't do too badly here. f5, f4 is also an idea. After this, he'll probably have to play f4 himself. He just goes right for it. I guess that makes sense. Knight e6 kind of looks interesting here. But it might ruin our queen trade. He plays this, then maybe we go for g4. Okay, wants to bring the knight in. I can play bishop here, and we have this at the end. I might need to rely on that. Couldn't really tell which one was preferred, but the only reason it might not be lost is because there are some pawns on, or sorry, yeah, it might not be a draw is because there's some pawns on light squares there. Okay, let's just establish that bishop there. Yeah, don't think there's much here. A very interesting game. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I just had to make a quick decision here. I definitely should have just taken here. Rook's hanging, we're playing this. It's like the same position, but more pieces on the board. So this wasn't very intelligent. And h5 here is, I mean, this just makes it pretty much a draw, I think. But it's just going to show I'm not making any good decisions. Yeah. Nothing to say. Not playing well. These games aren't very good. Just kind of lucky if I'm winning them. I don't know if going up the board is actually helpful here. I would put the rook on e4. And you can block checks from here or here when the king's on d5. Gotta try that, but now black just goes there. I think this is the last game. Somehow I just happened to click onto the last game of the round. It's amazing how an event without Magnus and Hikaru, maybe Alireza, feels so much weaker, but it just does. Like, this event is really weak today. Noticeable. There. Play c3, king g2. c3 is not entirely necessary, but I don't know. It's just a quick move we can play. Guards this, maybe allows knight e5 in the future. Knight e5. f3. We could go very aggressive with something like g6, queen h6, give him this pawn, and then go like that. Okay, he really wants to play this. We can take and go rook e2. Knight e4, we take that. Bit of a sad affair. Another nice scheme. Ruined. He played it well though. He played g6, e5. It's just a shame because I don't actually think it should be that good here. I think I'm overestimating my position a little bit. Because once black gets e5 and the knight's on f8, I have to admit his position is pretty nice here. Yeah, he kind of just outplayed us. But, I mean, this is like a dream right here. So I went for the wrong stuff here. I should have continued with my h5, but I put the queen in front, which was wrong. I actually didn't really see knight f8. Or, I can't really say I didn't see it. Obviously, I can see the knight can move to f8, but I didn't appreciate how good it was going to be. Covering this and this, and then basically the plan is just f6, e5. Whereas if we had played this, he can go f6, but this... it's a little uncomfortable. It doesn't get better than this. This position is a dream. Here, yeah, once this pawn's on e4, I need to find time to play f3, but it's obviously not happening soon. It's like a very... can't just play f3. So it means that all these pieces are just kind of out of the game because of the one pawn there. White's position isn't just terrible all of a sudden, but it's not an easy position to play quickly. Okay, one more. Sound Accord, thanks for the 13. Cube Master, thanks for the 26. Get us out of here. Nov's leading, along with Denlaz and Grishuk. But there's so many people with 8.5 right now. Literally 7 people with 8.5. This is what happens when the top guys aren't here to beat everyone down. Wow. It's completely over here. That's a choke. I don't know if I could see myself doing that. I'm capable of a lot, but that's a little bit too much. Yeah, this has got to be one of the weakest Title Tuesdays I've seen in the last couple years, to be honest with you. It's been my worst event. Like awful, awful. And I have 6.5 paired down, playing for 7.5. Like, it's a joke, really. B5 95 looks strong. Knight C6, Knight C4 looks strong. Takes, I was gonna go Knight C4. I'll go 95 next. Bishop A7, 95. We'll make him worry about this. At least, I hope so. Queen G2, Bishop F3 doesn't help. Huh. Knight D6. King E7. There's also Bishop E3. I don't know if that's any good though. That's mate, so we kind of have to take the queen. No, this is loose. I'm trying to understand the position. Like I said, this is the softest Title Tuesday I've ever played. By far. Like, everyone in this tournament is just a clown, myself included. 7.5? Like, what? One of the most random 7.5s. Pranav? What did he do? Oh, Pranav lost the last round. Wow, hello to MFC. Thanks for the 27-month reset. No, Krishuk gets first, most likely on tiebreaks, but shared with a few people. This is a very, very, very weak event. 7.5 with some of our worst chess. Oh, Aryan. Aryan with a big 7.5. You see what I mean? Like, Aryan ending at 7.5. Look at the event I had, look at the event he had. I mean, it's a joke. He lost early. 1-1-1, lost to 28, 1-1, lost to 29, 1. He basically had the exact same event as me, except all his opponents were 200 points higher because he's like 300 points, 300 points higher than me. So we had the exact same tournament. Terrible score. What a bad event. Oh my goodness. 7.5. Me and Aryan, two similar guys. That was pretty brutal. Bad chess. But I guess it's all because Norway chess started, right? So all the really strong guys are here. Hikaru, Fabi, Magnus, Alireza. Yeah, this is the tournament where they play Armageddon if you draw. I had mentioned him if he plays Ixie Bootsy, but he doesn't play Title Tuesday, to be honest. Oh, Ali Reza bringing out the London. This is all, yep, all theory, great. And then you look at it and you're like, wait, what? Isn't Ali Reza just up a pawn, chilling? I'd be happy with that. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. So Norway chess started, and how long does it go? Till the 7th. Okay. Some chess to tune into every day. Do you think that Hikaru's low-key upset that he's not going to be able to play Title Tuesday this morning? I wonder if he's going to try to make sure his game is done for the late Title Tuesday. Starts in 3.5 hours. Yeah, this isn't really a techno remix. I think this is a techno classics playlist. So it takes like kind of classic EDM songs or old oldies and goldies and remixes them as techno songs, but this isn't really any of the above. Not sure why it's on that playlist. I think we're so deep in the playlist here that it might be time to leave. That was Title Tuesday. A brutal, brutal event for me. Satisfaction's good tune though. I can always get behind that song. Fortnick, thanks for the raid. Oops. Very slow. I'll be very disappointed to not score well here. He doesn't seem like a very good player. Still not playing well enough. We need to pass pawn as soon as possible. Damn. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna be upset. 20, like his rating, I'll be embarrassed not to have a good score. Oh, 96, nasty. We're getting our chances and not taking it at the moment. Yeah, this position is super lost. Oh my goodness. Nasty. Oh my goodness. We made a serious comeback from hanging our whole queen. I mean, at this point, only myself to blame. Should have played bishop h4. Can't really explain why we didn't. Now I have this bad position. He might go like that. No. So uncomfortable. I'm like fighting to save a draw. Is rook f6 there? Oh, this guy really comes with it at the end. Gotta be careful. He played it well. He played it well. Oh, dude, I'm in shock here. What kind of bullet player am I? Can't even like get some kind of plus score here. Really, really bad. I feel the loss incoming. Here, queen f3 take. He just can't move. Okay. Anything? No? Nothing? It's okay. What? Queen A1 hurts a little bit. I think he's leaving at 9. 9-0. Oh, the fake. Okay, now he's done. Gotta hand it to him. He came back. He knew he had to. His conscience wouldn't let him leave at 9. No, but at some point, you just kind of take a step back and observe what's going on. I'm playing at 2800, 2850, or 60 at the time FM in 30-second chess. I'm trying to say I'm a 3K caliber player. What's going on here? This should be the freest. These should be the freest points ever. We started like unrecognizable. And we only gained like, I don't know, not even 20 points at the end. We had to recover from a serious deficit. He does, Tim. Hello, Gory. The hyper is waking up the whole. Are the Shreks the new Mortys? Is that what's happening? I haven't been paying attention. You could be right, Walsmo. I mean, you bring up a good point there. Z-Pow, thanks for the prime. Smucker, 56. Cheers, Smuck. 27 from Squibs5. 15 from Rada Opie. Good to see you again, Rada. Oh, Wesley's here fighting. Wesley is locked in, down a piece. Rook c6, yes. Knight b5, hilarious. Only Wesley could be in this position, and somehow the guy doesn't take the knight. Or the rook. Huh? There we go. Hey, that's actually a good point, Tommy. I didn't even realize that. Knight e7 is actually much better than taking the rook in that moment. Obviously, initially you take the rook, but then you're presented with an even better option. No one found the strongest move except Tommy there. I think it's speedrun time. Unless there's some juicy 1-minute opponents. Oh, I'm not sure this is juicy at all, actually. +2? Yeah, I think it might be speedrun time. This is not gonna impress anyone. I think I like this. Okay.
I'm impressed.
You're impressed, bro?
Very impressed. You got the knight on c3. Very, very impressed.
Something tells me a different guy wouldn't have let me be so successful. As Aryan would say, happy to impress you, bro.
Yeah. Always happy to impress you, bro. See you at the next fan zone, Tommy. Hope to see you there.
You should come. Dude, the title Tuesday this morning, weakest I've ever seen. Just people sprinting around getting like 8.5 points easily.
Oh shit. Maybe I should have
Like
played.
everyone was MIA.
Fuck.
And I don't know, it's like it just felt like it cleared the way for everyone's like best score. I got 7.5 playing like CMs. Like
well.
easily 7.5 though.
Fuck. I didn't know. We were watching a movie late last night. Otherwise I would have done that. Fuck.
Did you watch some of Harashiva's recommendations, or were you on something else?
No, we're just watching some other, Asian stuff. Or yesterday was a prison movie. That Vince Vaughn movie, I said that you would like. Cell Brawl and Cell Block
Anything with cell block in the title,
Yeah,
I'm in.
exactly.
It's gonna be some sort of Bautista raid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. Good fun.
Very nice. Go Ralph and go Dallas.
Ralph. Go Mavs.
Go
Stay
Mavs.
there. We might need a longer series.
Yes, that's right. Go Dallas teams. Great time to be a fan of Dallas sports. Incredible. Maximum Toronto has is like every couple decades we have one team to cheer for. That's it. GM Dave No Good. And his name is David Norwood. I respect the name. Dave No Good. Maybe he was called that in school. Feels bad, man. Hello to DO. Dr. Rusidik, what's up, buddy? People are still wondering when you and your colleague Force a Draw might face off. I can tell you that Fad has been very active in the channel. He's competed in some cam matches since your discussion. So he's definitely ready. He's hunting for you. You're in France relaxing and preparing for Force a Draw. Very exciting. Nice to see Elias taking the match seriously, boot camping in France. Elias, will you be bringing the Lambo to F1 in Canada? That's upcoming, eh? In June. Feels like a great opportunity for some networking. That's right, Tim. Tim, have you ever been to an F1? And then follow-up question, have you ever been to an F1 you've enjoyed? Elias, what's your experience been with F1? Genuinely curious because I continue to get the feeling that F1 as a general admission ticket holder is a significantly worse experience than just watching on TV. Money aside, it's just a worse experience. Not that you paid for it, it's just worse. Whereas if I go to a hockey game, I'm usually like, okay, I admit it's better in person, but maybe I wouldn't pay for it. I could watch it at home. I don't believe that, but I understand it. But the F1 that I understand is like, man, it's just like hot, traffic's terrible, queues are brutal. You're hearing like boom every like 2 minutes, and that's about it. But it's the kind of thing that's enjoyed primarily on TV. Even if you're at the venue, you're pretty much watching it on the TVs. You think you just go and try to see famous people? No, that makes sense, yeah. Wesley will probably find a way here, but there's a construction, like, you have to take here, I guess. I suppose you could try B4. he's gonna sack the knight for the pawn. Okay, that's kind of interesting. He wants knight sack, and then like try to take and make a fortress. I don't think Wesley is going to be interested in allowing that. Here, queen d2, oof. Well, Elias, when you think about your return on investment, if you're purchasing a supercar, the bare minimum you should be able to bang, no? Otherwise, that's just it's a brutal expense. I would expect that, yeah. F1 nerds are low-key the biggest nerds. Nerdier than Comic-Con with the headsets and Ferrari clothing. I could see that. But it also has like a good amount of female fans, Tim, so you can never really knock F1 at the end of the day, right? Like, ladies love. Like, first of all, anyone who drives F1 is not overweight, so the guys are all, in general, like, compared to the population of what's going on in the world, pretty good looking. Fast cars, tons of money. Women are naturally going to be attracted to that. So even though they got the F1 nerds, they definitely have more ladies than other sports, I would say. Yeah, Gory, I'm talking about the ladies that would get you interested. Would have you ogling. Oh, Gory's into the goth cosplayers. Understood. Low CSGO complex. We're kind of talking about Max Verstappen. Just talking about F1 in general. Trying to get Elias's thoughts as a big sports car owner. Yeah, but what's the Indy 500, Tim? You sound like Valentinian. Aren't these like the box racer cars? Like, it's just not a sexy sport. Let me see these. It's the biggest sporting event in the world. That has to be the biggest cap ever from Tim. There's no way the Indy 500 is the biggest sporting event in the world. Like, there's probably more people that have tickets to see Caitlin Clark right now. Biggest sporting event in the world, FIFA World Cup. Quick little Google there. But that was obvious. Anyone could have named the World Cup. Soccer / football is the biggest sport in the world by far. List of sporting venues with the highest attendance. But is this based on the capacity? So it has the